welcome back to my channel. So today is a quick and easy, a very budget-friendly front porch makeover. So let me show you what we have going on. We've got a carpet that's definitely seen better days and also some Christmas decor that's still up. Very embarrassing. I've got to take it down. It is just the beginning of summer almost. So everything has to go, including this brush that we had for our shoes. Our winter has really lasted us quite a long time. There's a lot of gravel we have to get rid of, and this bench usually stays out all year, needs a good clean. And then of course I've got my front shed, which really is an embarrassing state. As you can see, I've got two potties that really need to go to my nursery school. I saved them from a neighbor. We've got some cans. Yes, we recycle our cans here in Sweden. Then my husband's box here that he had with all the things he needed to do the car and to give it a good wash is there. I need to organize that. And as you can see, I do have an organization system going on here in the shed. I've got labels and it looked really, really pretty. But now winter came along and I just sort of dumped everything there. But as you can see, we've pulled everything out. I cleaned everything. I didn't film it. Now it was time to get rid of that carpet and take out the garland. Now this garland is really, really pretty. I've had it for actually about 7 years and it works really, really well. Those of you living here in Sweden, I bought it at Clas Ohlson. I'm not sure if they have it anymore, but I really, really loved it. I will try and find something online and link it if I can. Now, the easiest way for me to store it, I got rid of the box because there's no way I'm getting the garland back into that box. So what I do is I just roll it up. I've got myself a big bag. I've got the ties and the plug and everything that really goes with it in the one bag. So next year when Christmas comes along, I just need to pull the bag out and everything we need to attach it is already there. But I can really, really recommend having a Christmas garland outside in your front porch. It really makes everything very cozy. Now we're on to cleaning the floor. This is called sopa. It's citron is lemon here in Sweden, and this is an algae prevention soap as well. So I'm going to be using the both. I'm using sopa first to clean the floor, get everything out, all the grub, and then I'm going to be using the algae solution. My husband will fix everything, and as you can see, I'm giving everything a good sweep. That is the first thing we have to do here in Sweden during the winter and spring months. Everything gets so dirty. They come and take away all the gravel, so there's gravel left over and there's a lot of dust, so I really need to give the whole area a good clean. And that really is the time-consuming part of this makeover. I try to keep everything as simple as possible because we like to spend our summers up in the north of Sweden. My husband has a family home there, so stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to take you along with us while we are there. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the new videos. So now it was time for me to do a little bit of gardening. But considering I don't have a garden, it just means some potted plants. Now I'd like to keep everything here simple, as I said before, because I am away for most of the summer, which means one of my neighbors is going to take care of my plants, and that really would mean less work for them if I had just had a few. So I'm going to concentrate the plants in the front porch just to make everything pretty as you enter. So I am just going to show you what I'm doing. So this plant I've had for over a year, but it seems like it has outgrown its pot. It's got a bit dry, so I'm going to repot it, add in some new earth, and hopefully it will just rejuvenate this plant. Now, I don't have a green thumb, but very, very unfortunate, because Mum's really great at gardening and sewing, two things I did not inherit from her, unfortunately. But I'm going to try my hand at this plant and I will let you know if what I did worked. So I'm just filling in around the plant with some earth, and I'm hoping that it's going to survive. I remember growing up with my mom, who used to garden in Sri Lanka all the time. She built a house and then we had a very, very large garden, and the expanse was so large that they just had 2 coconut trees and they had nothing else when she bought it. And I remember she spent weeks and weeks and weekends, every weekend there, filling the entire place up with earth and planting all the plants. And by the time it was time for us to leave that house, 20 years later or more, there was a beautiful, very lush garden for whomever bought the house to enjoy. I really don't have that knack, but I'm going to try and do the best I can. So now I bought some plants. One I bought at a place called Landet. I had a voucher there, so I'm trying to keep everything very budget friendly. And then I popped on over to IKEA and I bought one of the hydrangeas. If you're living here in Sweden, that is definitely the cheapest place to get your hydrangeas from. They were 99 crowns, absolutely worth every penny, because some of the other places were almost 180, 200, 300 crowns for your hydrangeas. So this is what this plant looks like. I'm hoping it's going to settle. And then I had a couple of other plants that I bought, one at Landet and the other one at IKEA. But if you're looking for plants, IKEA is definitely the place to hit. I don't know how they can do it, but they really have a great deal. I saw they had a very large olive tree for 700 crowns. I did buy one once before and I ended up killing it. They were really difficult to maintain, so I didn't buy that this year. Then it was time to go shopping. Now I really wanted to find some sort of solar powered lights for my front porch, just to give it a little bit of a glow in the night when the sun goes down. And I did also want to buy a couple for the back, which I'm going to show you next week. So this is a shop called Clas Ohlson. It's an electric shop and it's got lots of lights, and they had a really nice range of solar powered lights. They have become very popular these days, and obviously they are much better quality nowadays, but these ones aren't cheap. But I did there again have a voucher. My husband bought a book of vouchers that the Scouts were selling during the winter months, and it goes out on 31st of May, and in this shop I had 3 of them. I think if I bought 500 crowns I got 100 crowns off. And then I found these lights as well, which were really pretty. I did come home and try them before I went back and bought them, but I bought 3 of them, so I used my vouchers, and so they were also a pretty good deal in the end. So I'm just putting them together, very easy, and just attaching the pieces together. You can make it however long or short you like. It is quite long. I bought them at Clas Ohlson, so those of you interested in it in Sweden, they still have it here at the one in Barkarbystaden where I live. And it was this sort of candle light. It was the flickering candle wick on it. And I've now used it for a few days, and it absolutely gives a beautiful glow. Very easy to stick in to the front garden. As you can see now, I pushed them in and they look very pretty. I did think of putting them in the front there, but I thought the branches were falling over, it probably wouldn't work there, and then from the front I thought you probably have a nice glow. So once all that was done, it was time to give the door a really good clean. Actually, you know, making over my front porch is really quite easy. If I just give everything a good clean, that just automatically brings everything up to summer for me. So that really is a great tip for you. Just a good clean, if you're not going to spend time doing any extra work, will really lift up your front porch. And obviously the entrance to your home is always the best key to what is going on inside. So the doors are nicely cleaned. The shed is also cleaned out. I cleaned the door there. The garland has been taken off. Everything is very simple. The brushes have been put away. All the gravel underneath there has been taken out. I have cleaned the floor with the soap solution. It is a natural pine soap solution that we have, and it looks dirty, but it's not really. It's the parts that are actually wet. So if they all start drying up and they dry, this is what it should look like, a light gray color. When we moved in, it was a brown deck, but my husband used a tar oil with a gray tint to it, and so that's why we have the gray color. And now it was time to bring back in the bench. I'd given it a good clean. I really love this bench. I bought it from IKEA. We've had it for over 7 years now, and it can be replaced, but I still find that it is not that bad. I gave it a good clean and it looks nice. And this rug is also an IKEA find. I think I paid like 35 crowns for it, $3. They had a light green, they had a blue and this beige color. I thought the beige would go really nicely with the grey wooden deck and the red doors that we have. And then I love this carpet, really clean, really crisp. I had one during winter. You saw it had really gotten dirty and worn out, so I brought in a new one, and then I'm just layering in my plants. Now I'm really thrilled with how it worked out. I like this sort of very airy effect that these sort of plants that I've chosen give the front porch. I added in another candle there, and the lights that I added into the bushes there in the front. Everything just made for a very, very summery looking, very simple looking front porch makeover. As I say, I am a working mom of 2 young boys. I work full-time at a nursery school. I don't have to spend hours and hours on home renovation projects, but these sort of simple makeover projects are right up my streak. So I hope this has given you some ideas, shown you how we do our front porch here in Scandinavia, Sweden. Everybody has a different aesthetic. I don't want to film all my neighbors just because I haven't asked their permission, but would have been quite fun for you to see what everybody has done. This is what it looks like in the night. I'm sorry, the filming isn't really giving off the exact vibe that's going on in the evening when the sun goes down. It really is very, very pretty. I absolutely love those candle lights that we bought at Clas Ohlson. I can highly recommend them. They really give off a warm glow, which is really, really calming. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, given you some ideas and shown you what it's like here in Sweden in the summer, spring months, what we do to freshen up our front porch here. And I'll see you next time.